Hello everybody, I'm back again today, this time reacting to a video QTV2 recommended to me called Was the First Pokemon Movie Bad? So I've already watched a video kind of like this where somebody talked about what they thought about Pokemon the first movie all these years later. So it'll be interesting to see if this person really doesn't like it. I like the movie. So yeah, we'll see what I think, I guess, and hopefully QTV2 will have a new video I can react to next week. Alright, let's get started, shall we? Yeah.
Did the first Pokemon movie actually suck?
No.
Now, don't get me wrong. As a kid, I friggin' loved this film. I mean, it was the goddamn Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
I remember leaving the cinema with a bit of a grudge.
I don't remember if I saw it in theaters. I don't know that I did.
Not even caring to watch it again for many years after. But
Oh.
I can't quite remember why that was the case. The hype around this film
But we have it on DVD and I've watched it like every year.
Everyone was watching the shows, and the trading cards pretty much had a black market cult to them. Now we were getting the film that was going to star both Mew and Mewtwo. Two mysterious yet powerful Pokemon, which had been teased in the TV show.
That's
You
true.
had to put in a cheat code or glitch the fuck out of your game to even get Mew on the Game Boy. Made it all the more mysterious.
A Wild Mew level 7,
The film was also
yo.
hyped by the marketing campaign.
Burger
Trailers,
King.
posters,
I remember your
and
things
sneak peeks were everywhere.
from fast
Burger
food.
King did these awesome gold-plated
Yeah.
Pokemon cards that would come in a protected Pokemon ball.
I think I
If you had
have
to see the film in
some
cinemas,
of
you can
those.
get this
I have
awesome
that
adventure Mew
somewhere.
card. Yeah, this was going to be one hell of a watch. The epic battle between Mew and Mewtwo. So we get into the cinema and we're ready to jump into this bad boy and
I liked the music. I liked the Pokemon.
The film even begins. We were given a separate segment at the beginning titled Pikachu's Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
This short film has nothing to do with the main film, and I imagine it was only included to make up for the unusually short 75-minute runtime of the main film.
It was
But
kind of fun though.
the short is okay in on itself.
Hey, Snubble.
Ash's Pokemon meet a group of rival Pokemon, they have some competitions between each other, before finally deciding to work together to free a stuck Charizard. Though I'm pretty sure Onix alone could have easily freed him all by himself, but hey, teamwork makes the dream work, right? Because there's no dialogue from the Pokemon trainers, much of the humour comes from visual gags, which
Right.
is always nice. Though, speaking of visuals, there are these weird cut shots between scenes of random Pokemon. Some are cute, and others are just
Weird. Bellsprout.
how
Bellsprout.
are they smoking? As a kid, I didn't even see this short film. It was more Pokemon content after all. Plus, we also got a sneak peek at two of the next
Yeah.
top Pokemon.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat.
Yep.
Now that that's all done, onwards to the main film.
Mewtwo.
Oh boy. Man, you know you're
I
copying
like
the
the music a
franchise,
lot.
You're already calling it the first Pokemon movie. Now, in fairness, by the time the English dub was getting released, Japan had already made the second movie. So they knew another one was coming.
There will be more Pokemon movies. We're hopeful that next year we'll be introducing yet a second
Pokemon
movie.
2000 is
And
my
we
favorite.
can add a third one. So
And Pokemon 3 is really good too.
franchise.
It opens with a group of scientists who have successfully cloned what they deem to be the most powerful Pokemon in the world, Mewtwo, cloned from the legendary Pokemon Mew. Upon awakening, Mewtwo questions what the purpose of his creation was, and after hearing that he was nothing more than an
Yep.
experiment, he lashes out, destroying both the lab and the scientists.
We dreamed
Yep.
of creating the world's strongest Pokemon, and we succeeded.
Destroys you.
Jesus, this got dark fast.
Yeah.
We've gone from the fun and light-hearted vacation to the mass murder of scientists from a tortured soul. And that's not even with the darker delinquency.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
in the
My brother
original
loves
movie.
this part.
But
Yeah.
I'll be talking more about that later.
Amber.
Giovanni, the leader of the criminal organization Team Rocket, sees Mewtwo's power and offers to team up with him, promising Mewtwo that he'll help him control his powers. But after Mewtwo learns that Giovanni sees him as nothing more than a servant,
Yeah.
Mewtwo once again lashes out and
Yep.
escapes.
Run
Mewtwo's
away.
actually a scene we saw back in the TV series.
Yep.
Apparently, certain episodes from the anime were intended to tie in with the events in the film, and would act as a kind of prequel to the main
Yeah. Gary. Yeah, unknown.
Though due to the controversy going on with the Porygon episode causing seizures amongst some audiences, this ended up delaying the tie-in episode. Though an interesting idea, I do think it's better just to have the film as its own standalone product, and not be reliant on external episodes to fill in any plot gaps, as you're just going to end up alienating some of the audience. I suppose we did get a bit of a tie-in episode for when Gary ended up battling Mewtwo in the TV series.
Wow.
Though you didn't need
I
to
forgot
see
about that
in order
one.
to understand what was going on in the film. Mewtwo heads back to his original island, declaring war on both humanity and Pokemon.
I will
Yep.
find my own purpose and purge this planet of all who oppose me. The reign of Mewtwo will soon begin.
Bit of a character shift. He goes from wanting to find his purpose in life to suddenly wanting to purge the world of everyone in it. Mewtwo had a bigger shift in character than Daenerys in Game of Thrones. You know what? those bells.
Commercial.
This Wednesday.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Now, it's worth noting that in the Japanese dub, Mewtwo's character is handled completely different.
Yeah.
But again, I'll talk about the
Amber.
differences between the US and Japanese dub later on in the video. We then cut to our main trio, Ash, Brock, and Misty.
Yep,
and Ash is
cooking.
getting into a Pokemon battle with a random trainer.
That's right, I am too weak to work, but a Pokemon battle isn't work.
That's progress. His mouth is working.
I must admit, I do love this opening scene. It's a pretty sick cover of the standard
The
Pokemon
music
theme
was good
song,
too, yeah.
And we get to see how the animation has been stepped up from the TV series.
Yeah.
And hold the fuck up, that's not one of the original Pokemon. Yeah, seeing the first hints of the next generation of Pokemon was a pretty big deal back then.
Oh, yeah.
I remember me and my best friend at the time absolutely creaming our pants when we
Holding
first
like
saw it.
Rhyhorn.
Not literally.
Though this fight is awesome, my one gripe with it is that despite Golem here being a rock type, Pikachu somehow manages to electrocute him.
True.
Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
Seeing his remarkable performance, Ash is then invited by Dragonite to a Pokemon tournament where only
Yes,
the greatest
this
Pokemon
was
trainers
really
are allowed.
cool.
Oh, and fun fact, the crew joked at how Dragonite's handbag might actually create a fashion trend amongst men. I mean, steady on, guys. Carrying a handbag around is what got Tinky Winky banned in some countries.
Oh my
No,
gosh. Seriously, wow. Oh, there's Joy.
Is there a rewind button?
Oh, Brock, you borderline sexual predator, you.
What's a girl? Oh yeah, you're right about that.
She can violate my rights.
The gang arrive at the port where they hope to set off for the island. I love how this is meant to be an invite for the greatest trainers in the world, and this guy's just brought along his friggin' Caterpie.
Yep.
Respect. Unfortunately, due to a bad storm, no boats are sailing from the harbour, and it's been told that the Pokemon Center is closed.
Yep,
due
she's
to missing
missing.
Nurse Joy.
She sure looks familiar.
Yep, I mean, all the Nurse Joys
Oh,
are practically
God.
identical. Not to miss out on the tournament, some of the trainers decide to brace the storm and set out on their Pokemon to the island.
Yep.
With our trio taking a boat from Team Rocket.
Oh,
to
this
Scarlet
is
Vikings.
terrible.
I didn't know Vikings still existed.
They mostly live in Minnesota.
Not being from America, I had to look up what this line meant, and it turns out to be a little joke at the Minnesota Vikings football team. Perhaps I'll alter my own version, tailored for a British audience.
I didn't know Vikings still existed.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Brock, you daft twat, or shank your mum, eat it, bruv. And despite the boat getting capsized, the trio managed to make it to the island, with the few other Pokemon trainers that also managed to weather
Oh,
the storm.
Biggs.
There's only 3 of them.
Only the trainers capable of braving the storm have proven themselves worthy in my master's eyes.
Which means I'm guessing this random trainer on the Fearow must have died.
Oh, no.
Watch out for Fearow, dude. Live the life without fear, bro. Though I'm telling you, it's a good thing this guy with Caterpie didn't also make it to the
He
island.
couldn't defeat
Otherwise,
it.
he would have obliterated Mewtwo's ass, and this film would have been over.
Sure.
It was easy. Hurricane winds are breezy.
What happened to Fearow then?
Actually, that's a Pidgeot, not a Pidgeotto.
Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
The trainers are then shown that the person behind all this is Mewtwo, to which one of the other trainers is outraged that a Pokemon can't also be a Pokemon trainer.
Oh. Yep, throw the big guy around. Oh.
And it's revealed that Mewtwo's assistant is actually the missing Nurse Joy, to absolutely no one's surprise whatsoever.
Where am I? And how in the world did I get here?
Probably not the first one to say that in Brock's presence. Meanwhile,
Oh,
Team Rocket
no.
sneak into the island via a side entrance and discover a
Yay,
lab which is
Team
creating clones of
Rocket.
Pokemon. Mewtwo then summons these clones, claiming them to be superior to the original
Yeah,
Pokemon.
the markings
So
really
it puts these
scared
clone
me as a
Pokemon
kid.
against the
That
trainers
they
of
were
Legend.
really mean
Oh
looking.
boy, now we get to see Charizard in action, arguably Ash's most powerful Pokemon, and my personal favourite. This is going to be amazing, just like how he epically defeated Magmar in the TV series.
Oh, that was
Let's
really
fucking
good.
Go, Charizard. Oh. Yeah, so the clones make pretty short work of the original.
Yeah.
And though it was disappointing to see Charizard get his ass kicked, I'm not gonna lie. When rewatching this film, that fight scene still gives me goosebumps.
Mm. The music was good too.
After the originals have been defeated, Mewtwo
They
now
get
starts capturing
captured.
them,
Yeah,
along with the
which
other
was so
Pokemon, where
sad.
they are taken to the lab to be made into more clones.
We got Vaporeon.
Sandshrew?
That is a Sandslash, not a Sandshrew. And that's a Scyther.
Scyther.
Not even remotely close to an Alakazam. Did the English dub crew even watch the show? Apparently 4 kids did respond to the errors and said they decided to leave them in when they noticed it. As
Why?
One, it was something for the kids to point out, and 2, it would be in character for Team Rocket to get the Pokemon names wrong. I don't know. That just sounds like a we couldn't be asked to change it kind of excuse.
Wow.
Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
Pikachu also gets captured, but Ash manages to grab one of Mewtwo's
And
balls.
gets the ball.
That sounds a bit weird. And in turn causes the Pokemon clone machine to break.
Yeah, that was
The
pretty
clones are hatched
cool.
and make their way to Mewtwo, but Ash and the
Vaporeon.
originals aren't too far behind. Yeah, I know it's a kid's show with some pretty cheesy moments, but my god, this scene really takes the mantle. But man, this moment must have really given Ash main character syndrome, as despite witnessing Mewtwo withstand a flamethrower and even a hyper beam attack,
He's
Ash
gonna
now thinks
go.
he can defeat Mewtwo with a single punch.
Yeah. One punch, man. Yeah,
Just as
no.
Mewtwo is about to end Ash, Ash does manage to get some main character plot armor, as he is saved by the legendary Pokemon
Mew.
I actually really like Mew's personality.
Mew's super cute.
His happy-go-lucky,
Yeah.
almost childlike persona conflicts perfectly with the serious and quick-to-anger tone of Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Determined to prove he is stronger, Mewtwo challenges Mew to a fight, along with his clone army against the original.
Mew says you don't prove anything by showing off a lot of special powers.
Yeah.
Pokemon's real strength comes from the heart.
Yeah, because it really seemed to be that way earlier. So the battle commences against the clones.
Oh, this was so
and
hard to
Jack was
watch.
the most controversial
No.
part of the whole film.
No.
This just proves that fighting is wrong.
Yeah, so the franchise, which is basically just glorified cockfighting, is now trying to preach to us about how fighting is wrong. This would be like if Thomas the Tank Engine tried to preach to us about the use of fossil fuels. It's a good message in on itself, but it's in the wrong film.
Pokemon aren't meant to fight. Not like this.
What are you talking about? This is exactly how Pokemon
Well, they're
fight.
fighting to the
They
death,
even
I
have
guess,
moves such
instead
as
of
bite,
just
tackle, and
fainting.
scratch. Hell, they fire fucking laser beams at one another. And that's why, according to various Pokedex entries, they even prey on one another. You absolute twat munchers. Now this is where I'm going to talk about the Japanese version compared to the US version. The original Japanese dub of the film has a much bigger focus on existentialism and what it means to be a clone.
Right.
So when the originals and clones are fighting, it's less so that fighting itself is bad, but more so the reason as to why they're fighting. Now unfortunately, the Pokemon movie I purchased on Amazon only came with the English dub. But if you have Netflix, there is the CG remake of the Pokemon movie, where you can watch it with the original Japanese dub. Or you can just watch it via other methods, but you didn't hear that from me. So to show some of the comparison, check out the dialogue changes between the two versions.
You could save hundreds a year on groceries at all.
Ah, come on. More commercials. I just want to hear about Pokemon. Alright.
To fight. Not like this.
Wow, CG looks really
Why
weird.
can't you two understand it's not right to force Pokemon to battle this way?
This just proves that fighting is wrong.
この世に生きている生き物。
勝ち負けがあるわけね。I'd rather risk my life out in Mewtwo's storm than watch these Pokemon destroy each other. 生き物は同じ種類の生き物に自分の縄張りを渡そうとはしません。
The US dub also
So
really
different.
botched Mewtwo's character. In the original Japanese dub, Mewtwo's character is much more around his existential crisis of being a clone and just wanting to fit in with the world. He's not really portrayed as a villain and falls into a much more grey area of morals, especially when we see the cut opening
Yeah,
segment of
that
Mewtwo's
part
backstory.
is really...
In this, Mewtwo meets a clone of the scientist's daughter named Amber. Amber tells Mewtwo it doesn't matter who you are or what you are, be it human or Pokemon, all that matters is that you're alive. Then the short tragedy ends with Amber and the other starter Pokemon fading away and dying.
Yep.
This segment was cut from the Western release because they believed that having this existential theme would be too dark and difficult for kids to handle. I mean, yeah, could you imagine if they made a kids' film today revolving around existentialism and death? What a terrible movie that would be. Now, this origin story did eventually get released with an English dub.
Yep,
but
it's
only
on
as a
the
bonus
DVD
section in the
version.
spin-off film Mewtwo Returns.
Yep.
Better late than never, I
We
guess,
have it.
but it really was a disappointing loss from the original film. The reason the US dub changed Mewtwo's lines to make him more villainous was so that the movie had a clear evil character to
Yeah.
play against. Or in other words, simplify it to be more black and white. Again, here's a couple clips of dialogue for you to compare.
The human sacrificed himself to save the Pokemon.
確かにお前も私ももう存在しているポケモン同士だ
Humans may have created me, but they will never enslave me. This cannot be my destiny.
私の価値だ私は誰だ私は何のために生きている
The world will heed my warning. The reign of Mewtwo.
だからこれは攻撃でも宣戦布告でも
I am the new ruler.
So
Master of
different.
humans and Pokemon alike.
人間のように弱くてひどい生き物が支配していたこの星はダメになる
Humans, you have served my purpose. I am sparing your lives for the moment.
人間たち命までは取ろうとは言わないとっとと帰るがいい
This change of character is something that the producers would later admit they regret doing, but you know, damage is already done, guys. Another change was in the musical score, most notably that the US soundtrack would add music or dialogue to scenes that were originally silent.
Right. That happens a lot in 4Kids productions like Winx Club.
This is actually something I also noticed with Dragon Ball Z, where the US dub would add in music and even extra voice lines from where the original was silent.
My, what do we have here? A fallen prince. Oh dear.
Now, this may be controversial of me, but I think I actually do prefer the US soundtrack over the original. But maybe that's coming from a pure nostalgia perspective.
Right.
as
I
do
like
have a
it
soft
probably
spot for
because of
the
that too.
corniest part. Brother,
Oh no, it
brother,
makes me sad.
vocal track.
Yeah.
Seeing the devastation from the fighting,
Oh,
Ash begins
so
running
rough.
back to try and stop the madness.
Yep. Yep. Goes in there.
I don't know why, but this moment always made me laugh. Eventually, Ash makes it into the battlefield,
Yeah.
and in a desperate
Oh,
attempt to
it
stop
was
the
so
fighting,
hard to
stands
watch,
between
too.
Mew and Mewtwo, but in doing so gets caught between their blasts. Now, this is the moment in the film where everyone talks about how they cried when viewing it. Ash getting turned into stone, whilst Pikachu desperately tries to revive him, with all the other Pokemon crying around them. And I've got to say, I didn't really feel it. And that's not me trying
Oh,
to sound impressive or
interesting.
anything.
Okay.
Ooh, you're hot.
Don't get me wrong, I felt sad watching it, and I cried plenty of times during animated films. The death of Bambi's mum, I bawled at the death of Dinobot in Beast Wars, and the death of Littlefoot's mum. I still struggle to watch to this day, but this just didn't do it for me. And I think the main reason for that is because I knew this was a fake out.
Oh.
They're not actually going to kill off the main protagonist of their franchise just like that. Not to mention that I think the whole bringing him back from the tears of Pokemon is just plain stupid. As far as I'm aware, this was never
Aw, I thought it
foreshadowed
was
in the
really
TV
nice.
series. And in the US release of the film, it is only mentioned in one brief line of dialogue.
In their sorrow, the water of their tears somehow restored the lives lost in the storm.
Yeah, it is mentioned a bit more in the Mewtwo's origin story.
My daddy used to tell me a bedtime story that when Pokemon are sad and they cry, their tears are filled with life.
But still, this is just silly. I mean,
Aw.
is this how the Pokemon centers work? That behind the scenes, the Pokemon are just being abused for their tears to be used in medical treatment?
Oh, I
Is that how
doubt
the
it.
healing potions work? Every bottle you use was at the cost of 1,000 crying Jigglypuffs? Now, I imagine in the
No.
original Japanese version, this scene was more to show that both the originals and clones can feel the same way and
Mhm.
can cry together. But it still just feels like a lame cop-out. So after witnessing the events, Mewtwo realizes the
Goes
ones
away.
and that human and Pokemon can live together in peace.
Yep.
And we get this line, which I'll admit, still holds up to this very day.
I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are.
And you know, despite the corniness of it all, it is a pretty wholesome ending. Maybe I was a little harsh on this film. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I remember it being back in the day.
Aw.
Maybe it
What transpired here, I will always remember. But perhaps for you, these events are best forgotten.
Ah,
Oh.
they did that. Yeah.
Oh, now I remember why I didn't like it. Now I remember why I didn't care to watch it again. They actually did it. They pulled the whole, you won't remember anything, so none of this will be canon. All the experiences you had, all the lessons you learned about how fighting was wrong, it means nothing now.
Yes, but theoretically, if someone watched the events of that simulation from start to finish, only to find out that none of it really happened, I mean, you don't think that would be just like a giant middle finger to them?
That's what really ticked me off when I
Yeah,
saw this
well,
film. Even as a kid,
he
I
learns
remember
it-
the
he gets his
sheer
memories
disappointment
later.
upon seeing this.
But
Hey guys, how did we wind up in this place anyway? Well, I guess we're just here because we're here.
Brilliant, fantastic.
thank you, Misty.
Despite all that,
Uh,
rewatching this film, I actually overall enjoyed it. Yeah, it's not without its flaws. Character motors pinball all over the place.
Yeah.
The moral seems a bit hypocritical, and the ending does feel like a massive middle finger to the audience, but it's still an enjoyable watch. The runtime is a bit short, but that does also mean we get into the action relatively quickly.
yeah, I don't mind
And
shorter
this
movies,
never
really.
feels too stagnant. I love the fight scenes between the Pokemon, especially with the up animation quality.
Doos.
And as Pokemon fans, we did finally get to see the legendary Mew and Mewtwo on screen, along with a lot of other cool Pokemon too.
Yeah, new
And the
ones.
film was overall a commercial success in both Japan and the West.
Yeah, it was
earning
good.
just over $172 million from its $5 million budget. Making
Wow.
it the highest grossing anime film of all time in the US. So I would recommend you going back to check it out if you haven't seen it in a while. But I will say, if you want the full experience of the Pokemon movie,
Yeah,
try
watch it.
watching
Get the
it in
DVD.
original Japanese dub if
Or
you can.
there you go.
Especially with the uncut Mewtwo origin story, as I feel like it adds more character depth and offers a more
Yeah,
mature
that made
message
me
than
really
what we
sad.
did.
The
It
story
might
of
not be the
Amber.
legendary spectacle I wanted to be, but
Ooh.
overall, it was still a pretty decent catch.
Alright.
Cry, me too.
Oh no, this is so sad. Don't remind me.
There's one more.
She's gone. Well, this was an interesting video. I don't think I talked as much as I maybe normally do, but I was also enjoying learning about the Japanese dub of the original movie, and also seeing the Netflix Pokemon movie with CGI, because I never watched that and I don't have Netflix, so it was kind of cool to see the differences. But I did watch Detective Pikachu last night, and I could see a lot of similarities between that movie and Pokemon the first movie, so this actually worked out pretty well. Alright, I'll see you all again next time. Until then, bye-bye.